Welcome to Great GREYS, your one-stop shop to finding winners from the world of greyhound racing. Host David Shortte is joined by Australia's premier greyhound form students, including Harry Buchanan from the Greyhound Insider, Joe Lanuti from Greyhounds HQ, Neil Brown previewing the Sandown action, Sean Matheson looking at South Australian chasing, and Simon Orchard with the latest in New South Wales chasing.
Good morning and welcome along to Great GREYS on the 2nd of November 2023. David Shortte with you. Hope you're travelling particularly well on this beautiful sunny day here in Perth. Let's rip straight into it and catch up with our man Harry Buchanan. Fresh off the press too, with news on the Top Gun and the Top Gun stayers, with the fields being announced this morning. Welcome to you, Harry Buchanan. How do we find you on this Thursday?
You find me very well. Thank you, David Shortte, and good morning, listeners. And, yeah, happy to be here. Looking forward to a big show today.
Absolutely. What we will do is talk our listeners through, fresh, hot off the press, the fields for the Top Gun and the Top Gun stayers. We've also got the pre-box draw tab touch markets that we can let everybody know about. Let's work through these particular fields and in market order. For the Top Gun Sprint, Alpha Zulu, the $3.20 favourite. Scalacci at $5. The former Sandgroper, Big Energy, $5. The Flying Queenslander, J is J, at $7. Transponder at $8. Wow, She's Fast, an $8 chance. The First Reserve, Sage to Neil at $13. Elite Machine at $15. Launch Code at $17. And the Second Reserve, Nangar Lucy, at $34. Great news for WA in that we see Elite Machine, the dual Group 1 winner, take his place in the Top Gun Sprint. If there is a scratching, Sage to Neil, the national sprint winner, will be there to take her part in the Top Gun Sprint. And great to see the former West Aussie in Big Energy getting that recognition and on the equal second line of betting there as well. Tremendous field assembled for this year's Top Gun Sprint.
It is a good field, Shorty. There's no two ways or doubt about that. Every year, this race produces a lot of discussion about who should have got in, who shouldn't have got in, all the rest of it. We had 23 race acceptors for the sprinters. The panels had to whittle that down. I'm going to be honest to you, Shorty. I don't know what the national sprint winner has to do to get a start in the Top Gun. It's a little bemusing, to be quite honest. I said to the boys this morning on the Sports Daily, wow, she's fast. She's a champion. And there's no two ways about that. She's one of the greats. But we haven't seen her since May, and she has somehow made her way into the field. And I get, as I said, it does throw up a lot of conjecture every year. But, yeah, this year, I think because the criteria has been set aside and it's based on opinion, it's just made a lot of disappointed people, and especially Cody Charles. I mean, yeah, the national sprint winner not getting a run in the field is bemusing, to say the least. In saying that, we did expect Elite Machine to go in. Big Energy, the former WA dog, surprising the market there. A little bit on offer there with those dogs. Elite Machine at $15. Big Energy is $5.
Jay is a huge price, $7 each, and Elite Machine $15. They're both massive prices.
Even Launch Code, if he gets on the arm, he's not for catching either. So if you've got your eye on a couple there at odds, you're going to get a run for your money, because it is an open field. We haven't seen Wow She's Fast, as I said, for 5 months, so you don't really know how she's going to front up. And there's a fair bit of early speed at first look in this race, so that'll make her job a lot harder. We also have Transponder. If he draws inside, we know what he does at the first turn. A couple of dogs here, if they do get the start right and they get onto that lure, well, you're going to get a price to see him go all the way. Elite Machine doesn't get run down, as we know. J is J, the same. Big Energy is also hard to catch. So a little bit surprised at that market, Shorty, with Alpha Zulu up the top there at $3.20. He's the Cranbourne Cup winner from last week, I think, at Group 3 level. Scalacci, he's been brilliant since coming back from South Australia. Superb last start. But as I said, Launch Code, $17, if you don't mind. He's a low $29 dog there. If you like something in that sprint, get around it, because you're getting the price with Tab Touch at the moment to get a result.
That is the truth. Punters, we're less than a minute away from the first of the day here at Gosford. It is a Class 1 over the mile. Invincible Spy heads up betting here. It's been very popular with the punters. Open at $3, now into $1.85. Princess Cruiser on the second line, 5 into $4.60. Genetic Freak's been very easy to back, 3 out to $6.50. Highborn Harry, $6.50 and firm. Whisker to Whisker, $7.50 out to $13. Atomic 47, 10 out to $21. Vardon, 34 to $61. And Every Effort, 81 to $126. But certainly Invincible Spy here, punters, 3 into $1.85. Very popular, and money for the horse on the second line. Princess Cruiser, 5 into $4.60. We'll throw back to Matty McDermott. Take the first of the day here at Gosford. When we return, we'll talk you through the Top Gun stayers and get Harry Buchanan's thoughts for Thursday night chasing.
You're listening to Great Greys on Tab Radio.
Yes, Highborn Harry hitting the frame again. We've got Highborn Harry with us here, having a look at all of the Top Gun action, punters, with the news announced earlier on this morning in regards to the fields for the Top Gun and the Top Gun stayers. We've gone through the sprint. Time now to have a look at the Top Gun stayers itself. The market with Tab Touch, like wildfire, heads it up here at $2.65. Zohar Barlaby getting back and charging home. It's at $4.50. Gee, big price zipping Finessa in really good form at the moment. $5. Palawa King, $6.50. Moraine Susie at $9. Ritza Piper at $12. The very talented Queensland stayer, Valpolicella at $15. First reserve there is Quarter at $21. Second reserve is First Picked at $26. And Untapped is a $26 chance. Really, really good field assembled here. Number of these dogs haven't necessarily all met same place, same time, as they're from all over Australia, and a few of them are resuming from injuries and the like. But what we've been left with is an outstanding field of stayers. This is one I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, it is a good field, Shorty. There's no two ways about that. And just on the field, while we're talking of disappointments, I guess Zipping Neutron can feel a little hard done by a 20-time race winner. And people are going to say, you know, he doesn't beat a lot or whatever, but he can only beat what's in front of him. And he has beaten Moraine Susie over there at Angle Park in the past. So, yeah, he's probably the one real big shock out of that staying race. In saying that, back of that market, that $15 of Valpolicella, get around that punter straight away. That's just wrong. The dog's very, very good. Queensland stayer probably didn't have a lot of luck when raced at Wentworth Park. I'd imagine the preparation will go a little more smoothly this time, and that is a great price for a dog that's very, very strong, can stay and can run time. Zohar Bale, we know what he does. Zipping Vanessa, you're right. If she gets on the arm the way she's racing at the moment, be hard to stop. Even Moraine Susie, I don't know that she's going that bad. And $9 is also a generous price. Like wildfire, look, he's good and he's fast and he can stay. But, yeah, we've seen him a few times in these fields over the staying trip, and he has been found out, especially in the run of the first turn. If he doesn't get a lot of luck, he's not that kind of dog that can sort of, you know, recover and run a few of these big, stronger dogs down if he's spat out the back. So you're taking a very short quote about him at the moment. Whilst one out, he may be the best dog in the race. He's not one out. Even Palawa King at $6.50 is very generous as well. So, again, with just like the sprinting market, there's a couple of really generous quotes here about dogs who are more than capable of taking out this race.
Big time. Yeah, can't wait for it. We've just got a bit over a week to look forward to the Top Gun and the Top Gun stayers there. Saturday week there at the Meadows promises to be a huge night at the end of what will have been a huge week, of course, with the Flemington Carnival by that stage having been run and won. All right, H, so we've got that out there now for the punters. Let's see if we can't build a bank to have a nice bet on these Top Gun races next weekend. Where are we having a bet tonight at Northern?
Yeah, we'll kick it off there at Northern in the early race there, Shorty. Race number 2. We were on him last week here. Go Get Him Buzz. Thought he was disappointing behind Barefoot Cougar. You know, I think he's a much better dog than Barefoot Cougar, but yeah, he got the start right and he didn't buzz. He does generally get it right though, and I think today he could get the start on song. He's got a really nice turn of foot off the mat, this dog, and if he goes to the top, I don't think they'll run him down. He should get the job done if he's leading at that first turn over the 297. Go down to race number 6. This is a very good dog, Escape Way. Caught my eye in his last start. He went 17-11. defeating Ronnie Ranger, and he just ran away from that dog, and Ronnie's got a little bit of ability, as we know. Unbeaten at Northern, 3 from 3, and whilst we've not had a lot of luck with unbeaten Northern dogs this week, I'm expecting this bloke to go keep his record on song here and go 4 for 4. So, as I said, a repeat of that 17-11 last week. We'll see him in the finish. He is stepping up to the free-for-all company, but he's absolutely right up to it. He's well drawn with Raven classified on his inside. Turtle Fernando outside has no early pace. He'll get enough room to cross there and get the job done. Finish it off, race 8, number 6, High Level. Another dog who I think this time can find the top. Goes very quick after the start, and that's what we're looking for today. These dogs to find the arm before they get to the first turn. He's been racing some handy dogs too, back through 4th and 5th grade company, Bracton, Adventure Queen and Celestial Gas. This field here is not as strong as what he has been fronting up against, and I think he can go straight to the top, or she can, I should say, pardon me, High Level, and she does have a very good record at the circuit. Race 2, number 7, Go Get 'em Buzz. Race 6, number 7, Escape Way. Race 8, number 6, High Level at Northern this evening, Shorty.
Was a bit cruel of you to rip the Band-Aid off there in relation to records and being unbeaten. Yeah, but unfortunately, we've had a Wednesday program where our very best of the night, Startup Ando, got the job done for us last night there at $4. So everybody tuned into the Coast to Coast podcast from yesterday. That's now a distant memory. Monday, 24 hours is a long time in the world of punting, that is for sure and certain. Let's switch our focus to tonight's program at Sandown. We've had a couple of really good nights of chasing at Sandown over the last fortnight, of course, with the running of the Cranbourne Cup heats and final. And tonight's another excellent program. Get to see more Melbourne Cup preludes, dogs from all over Australia coming to have a look. Couple of other genuine highlights on the program. They probably won't be in Harry's tips, but 2 dogs that are on my radar and I'm loving watching at the moment. One of them can probably lay claims to be the best progeny of Tommy Shelby at the moment, and that is Morton. Goes around here tonight in race number 3, son of Tommy Shelby out of Chloe Louise. Recent wins include victory at the Meadows in 29.55 and a win here at Sandown last week in 29.14. A dog that's had just 8 starts to have already dropped a 29.55 at the Meadows and a 29.14 at Sandown. There's not many quicker dogs in the country right now than the up-and-coming Morton. And later on in the program, we get to see Kane Bale, of course, this regally bred type by Feral Frankie out of one of the greatest stayers the sport's ever seen in Fanta Bale. And Kane Bale, it's fair to say, has grabbed a fair bit of mum's ability. A winner 4 of 5 to this point in time. Probably still got a little bit of work to do with the box manners early on in its races, but some of the performances to win after completely blowing the start and having to get by 7 runners within a race have been phenomenal. Go back and check the replays of Kane Bale if you've missed his dog on the way through. Another genuine excitement machine. They're going to be 2 absolute highlights of the Greyhound Racing Week, H.
Yeah, they certainly are. We'll start with Morton. He'll get tested tonight, and we'll see exactly how good he is, mainly because when I say tested, he's got a little bit of early speed to contend with tonight. But goodness me, what more can the dog do? 29.14 Sandown last start, 29.55 at the Meadows prior to that. Ike Bale had the charge either side, will keep him company, but he's got dazzling acceleration, this dog. He's very, very promising. Currently, you're getting around that $1.90, $1.95 with Tab Touch, and that would be a bet if you knew that he was going straight to the front, and he could well do. And Kane Bale, interesting to note, Shorty, he's having his first crack at Sandown this evening. So all his starts, all 5 of them have been at the Meadows. It could be argued that Sandown would be a much more suitable track for this dog, considering that he does get back a little bit and needs a little bit of room to wind up. So he does that very well at the Meadows, which is a hard track to do. So, yeah, both really good shows there tonight. Very promising dogs of the future, and really keen to see how they go. We'll kick it off in race 5, though, Shorty. It will be one of the preludes of the Melbourne Cup. I'm going to back 2 dogs here, out wide. I think there's going to be a really strong go to the first turn here with Storm Stroller, Landon Bale, Boston Garden, Zulu Blast. So that means I want to be on Fred Rose, who he's a little enigmatic, but he is racing well. He was good behind Alpha Zulu last week. It was a huge run in the Cranbourne Cup. It was absolutely monstrous from the back to run third. And our old mate out wide, Fabsy Vegetable, he's been going over the longer trips. He never got into it last start and got spat out the back, but he's better suited here out of box 8. And if there's dogs are going at it at the lead, and he can tack on, he's very strong through the middle. He's got the big last section on him. He could run over the top and hit the frame. So back them both there, 7 and 8 in race number 5. Go over to race 6. We never really give the Tasmanians a lot of credit when they come across to the mainland, but this dog in box 2, Fast Minardi, he's the real deal, this bloke. 40 starts for 24 wins and 14 placings. So, yes, he's only missed a frame twice in his life. He has an extraordinary record, this dog. He can sprint, he can stay, he can get the middle trip. He could probably win over 300 up the straight. He's very good. He's coming back from his Launceston and Hobart form. He did line up against Palawa King in that distance final there at the Meadows about 8 starts back when he ran second. And he has since gone back home and won over 461, 515 and 600. Versatile, box 2's perfect. Zippy Tesla inside, doesn't have a lot of speed. He just needs to find a spot, this dog. He's very good. He'll be hard to stop. Worth noting, Shorty, Rip and Grace is lining up tonight in the new kennel for Jason Thompson. She's got box 6. She'll work home strongly. We'll keep an eye on her for the future to see what she does. And in the race 8, number 2, Redeemer Blue. I think this dog's the best bet of the night to hit top 2 at the very least. I know Pearly Tears are short at $1.50, but this dog in box 2 can stay. And I think after its last effort here at Sandown behind Lakeview Francine, it had no luck. It made up a stack of ground. Small field now. It's only the 6 runners. At the very least, as I said, it can hit top 2, and I do think it can win if Pearly Tears gets back a little bit, which she can do, judging by her last 2 starts. She's just not bouncing on the arm like she was. So considering Aston Michigan and Who Told Shorty, Hilltop Gear in the race, they can all go quick. She may not lead as easy tonight. They'll be the 3 at Sandown this evening. Race 5, numbers 7 and 8. Race 6, number 2. And race 8, number 2. And that'll be our best there to hit the top 2, Redeemer Blue.
Beautifully done, Harry. Really appreciate your time. Thanks for going through your thoughts on the Top Gun sprinters and stayers, and also your tips for tonight there at Northam and Sandown. We'll hear from you tomorrow morning here on TAB Radio with Marty and Digby just after 6:30, and then of course tomorrow afternoon. Can't wait to team up with you again for the mail collection. We'll be finding all the winners for Friday night Cannington, Saturday night Cannington, the Meadows Saturday night, Wentworth Park Saturday night, you name it, it's all covered there. Kennel Mail, we've got the best quaddies of the weekend, the best roving banker plays, the very best of the weekend, and of course we'll throw in a little bit of hilarity on the way through as well. The mail collection each and every Friday, courtesy of Tab Touch and the Greyhound Insider. Keep an eye out for your socials from 4:30 tomorrow afternoon. Beautifully done, Harry. Have a ripper Thursday.
Talk soon, Shorty. Thank you, mate.
There we have it. Harry Buchanan here on Great Greys, where it's now 24 minutes past 10. Go back to Matty McDermott and clear the dividends out of race number 1 of the day there at Gosford. And we're now some 4 minutes away from the first of the day at Warrnambool.
Paying at Gosford, the winner there, 3 Invincible Spy, $2.120. 1 Genetic Freak, $1.90. 2 Highborn Harry at $1.60. 4.60 Quinella, $6.90 Exacta, $22.40 Trifecta, 3127 first 4, $50.40, and no scratchings. At Warrnambool in the opening event, the favourite here at $2.65 Sidonian, $3.10 for Peaky Ridge, and $4.20 Lord Protector. Of the rest, 2 Toodloo is at $11.16 or greater the remainder. Race number 1 at 10:30.
This is your home of the Greyhound Good Oil, Great Greys.
Where it's time to catch up with Jaycin Campbell, have a look at the chasing tonight up there at Ipswich, as well as a race there at Ballarat. Welcome to you, Jace. How do we find you today?
Yeah, very well, Shorty. How you going, mate?
Beautifully, thank you. Exciting time of year, obviously. Derby Day on Saturday, Melbourne Cup next week. From the thoroughbred perspective, WA's Amelia's Jewel going around in the Golden Eagle this weekend, but lots of great greyhound action as well. Top Gun Fields announced earlier this morning. That's all happening next weekend. Everywhere you look at the moment, just tremendous racing and lots of great opportunities to back a winner. Let's get your thoughts for Ipswich tonight. Where can we build a bank heading into a busy week or so of racing upcoming?
Yeah, big night for Ipswich tonight. Their night of the year, pretty much. The Ipswich Group 1 Gold Cup goes around race 8. It's got to be about That's for WA folks. I can't even do the mathematics there. It's about 6:37 maybe. Anyway, we've got to go to race 1. We've got to back the reserve race who gets running here, Pursuer. Gets straight into box 1 here. Has had a fall, about 2 starts go to Albion Park, and its last start at Ipswich, it began well, but just couldn't get across from box 7. I'm just happy to be completely forgiven of this dog's last 2 runs. If you look back at his best runs in his career, it's when he's down the front. He is a bit of a front or nothing dog so far. But he has run 30 and 41 at Ipswich and a 30 and 44 against a few dogs that have gone through the Greys in Queensland so far. So I think he's a good way to start off the night. Race 1, number 9, Pursuer.
Excellent. We'll team up with the green and white stripes there. Pursuer to win the first for the Prince, Tommy Zavalis, to kick off the card tonight there at Ipswich. On to race number 4. Yeah,
race 4, playing number 3 here, Live Stream. Was very impressive, I thought, last start, jumping from box 2 and 30 and 36, winning by 5 lengths. There has been a few scratchings in this race, mainly due to more pieces being a run in the Cup Constellation, which has left Live Stream vacant boxes either side of him. You've got Vellante in box 1, who isn't the most brilliant beginner. I think Live Stream can cross him in the early stages of this race. And I think from there, you should be able to there's no reason why he won't reproduce a 30 and 36 run. And if he does, so that's got to be extremely hard to beat coming from off the bunny shorty. So race 4, number 3, Live Stream.
And deeper into the card, we head to race number 10.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll have a bet on this one now, Shorty, to be completely honest with you. The odds have just come up. But anyway, we'll push him out race 10, number 1, Walk Right In. I was expecting a better price, but they've chucked up $1.90. It isn't that strong a race, to be fair. But the dog's completely unproven at 500 metres. I just thought it was a race where there's a lot of dogs in this race coming up to the 500 metres for the first time or just stepping back at the distance where they've failed in the past. This dog, once again, similar to the dog in race 1, when he finds the front, he can pretty much run hands off the clock, but when he doesn't, he isn't the most reliable dog through packs. But yeah, 2 starts go 24.75 at Ipswich over 4.31 in best 8 company. That's about 3 lengths off the track record over that. So you can just, I think you know why I'm tipping him. He's going to be a long way in front. He'll get a bit tired late. I just thought we were going to get a, $3 or $4, but $1.90 is a bit skinny. But maybe one for multiplayers.
All right, maybe one to watch if it blows out a little, might be a little more attractive, but we'll wait and see. We'll team up with race 1, number 9, Pursuer is the best. Race 4, number 3, Live Stream. Keep our eyes peeled for race 10, number 1, Walk Right In. And we're off to Ballarat for a bet late on the card there.
Yeah, race 10, number 8, Zella Bale, representing the Gibbons Kennel. This bitch, she has ridiculous form lines if you go straight through them. I'm pretty sure she is a litter sister to Chelsea Bale, I think that's the right Dan. It would make a bit of sense. She's 3 years and 4 months. Anyway, going off a bit of a tangent there. But if you look through her form, Quinlan Bale, Silver Brute, Alpha Zulu, Transponder, those are some of the fastest dogs in Victoria right now, and they're right in contention for a lot of the big races coming up down there. And she has been very, very good behind them. It's not like she's been beaten 10 lengths or anything. She ran second to Alpha Zulu in the Bendigo Cup just 3 starts ago. She drops really well down in grades here, back to a 4th and 5th grade. I know she hasn't won out of box 8. She has placed. I just think this is a massive drop in grade. If she gets any luck whatsoever on that first turn, close enough, good enough, I reckon.
Love it. Fairy Floss, race 10, number 8, Zella Bale to go along with Ipswich. Race 1, number 9, Pursuer. Race 4, number 3, Live Stream. And race 10, number 1, Walk Right In. Outstanding to catch up with you this morning, Jace. Appreciate your time as always here on TAB Radio. Go get them tonight and good luck over the weekend.
Thanks, mate. Take care.
You are tuned into Shorty and the team on Great Greys.
It's time to have a look at this Sandown program tonight. Joining us for the second week now, Ethan Christian. Of course, Neil Brown on holidays over in New Zealand. Ethan was outstanding for us last week. He nailed his 2 best bets at a very healthy quote. He rejoins us on this Thursday on Great Greys. Welcome to you, Ethan, and well done last week.
G'day, Shorty. Thank you very much. Yes, pleasure to be back. It's all happening in greyhound racing, particularly in Victoria at the moment as we charge towards the Dream Chasers Festival. Obviously, recent announcements about the Top Gun, some intriguing fields, but in the more immediate future, we've got a nice night of racing But a very open betting card, I think. We've got 3 preludes of the Melbourne Cup that highlight it. Also got some stars on the rise in Morton and Kane Bale going around in their respective races as well.
Indeed. Can't wait to see those 2 very talented youngsters this evening. Let's get your early quaddie for tonight.
All right, starting off in race 1, Smooth Plane should hold a wide line as everything unfolds underneath him, but there are some speedy railers in the event, so I'll be taking 8, 2 and 3 in the first leg. Race 2 is a tough old race. I have Hello Pa on top, but I'm going to take a few just for security. Going to have 3, 1, 2, 8 and 4. Race 3, the focus is well and truly on Morton here. His last 2 starts have been tremendous, and if he keeps it up, he will have a massive say in the major races over the next months. Bit of a sticky draw tonight, so taking Head the Charge as well, who should lead. Going to take 5 and 6. And race 4, closing out the early quaddie, it's an absolute mess of a race. I'm going to be brave by leaving out the favourite despite taking 6 runners. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 and 8. So to recap my early quaddie, first leg, 8, 2 and 3. Second leg, 3, 1, 2, 8 and 4. In the third leg, 5 and 6. And in the fourth leg, coming home with 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8.
All righty, let's move on to the main quad now. First leg is race number 5. It's a Melbourne Cup prelude, cracking race here. Landon Bar, Fred Rose, Captain Larry, Storm Stroller, Zulu Blast. It is chock full of quality. How are we playing the quaddie tonight there with this first leg, race number 5?
Yeah, it's a cracking race. I'm leaning towards Zulu Blast. He's got plenty of talent and prime for a nice performance coming off of a 4-week freshen up. Should hopefully camp on the leaders and gun them down late. Fred Rose is one of the most talented chasers in work and comes out of a really impressive Cranbourne Cup campaign, but does have a few quirks, does Fred. Landon Bale and Storm Stroller should be setting a fast sectional and giving the strong dogs something to catch out in front, so I'll be taking 4, 7, 2 and 1.
Alrighty, 4, 7, 2, 1, the first leg. Second leg, race number 6, another of the Melbourne Cup preludes. The very talented Tasmanian Fast Minardi goes around here, takes on the very smart Zippy Tesla, will be getting back and charging home. Awesome Avengers there. The former West Aussie, Ripon Grace, Winston Town, another really good quality event.
Yeah, a bit of money for the top 2 in the market, and I'm seeing it that way as well. I've got Zippy Tesla on top, who returns to Victoria after disappointing at some short quotes up at Wentworth Park. But he's very talented and drawn where he wants to be. He likes to race on the rail, so we'll be looking for him to hopefully get a nice spot and finish off strong. Tasmanian star Fast Minardi could hold a lovely spot down on the inside as well and be strong in the finish too, also being a stayer. Awesome Avengers got some pace after box rise and is showing plenty of promise at the moment, and I also must respect the Western Australian stayer Ripon Grace, who is now in the hands of Jason Thompson, so taking 1, 2, 3 and 6.
On to the third leg tonight, another of the Melbourne Cup preludes. Umberto comes up with a nice draw here in box number 1. Make No Promise was also impressive at its most recent outing.
Yeah, it's a really open race, I actually think. It can make a case for almost every runner, just about. I've sided with Make No Promise. He's got plenty of talent and could settle on the back of the pace, I thought, and find the line a little bit better than his opponents. The same goes for Manila Coghlan and Rock Me Rocco, who have drawn out a little bit wider. They're running very well, but they may find a run harder to come by than Make No Promise will. Umberto looks immoral to lead the inside division and will be in front for a long, long way. It's just a bit concerned at the way it weakened out on Saturday at the Meadows. So taking 3, 7, 6 and 1.
All right, and the final leg tonight, race number 8. It's a mix 4 and 5 over the 715 metres. Short price favourite here, Pearly Tears. It's won 3 of its last 4.
Yeah, it's Pearly Tears or bust, I think. She meets opposition that either doesn't have the required quality or is better over shorter distances. Who Told Shorty could give a side out in front, and Redeemer Blue's actually racing very nicely by his standards, but I think it's all Pearly Tears in this last leg, so I'll be taking the 6-1 out.
6-1 out. Best bets for tonight's program, Ethan?
We'll kick off straight away in race 1. We'll go with Smooth Plane out in box 8. A bit of early speed. There's a lot of it in the race, but he will hold a wide line while the others crash towards the fence. He just might scoot around the outside and show that class edge too late in the piece. And then in race 6, box 1, Zippy Tesla will need some luck from where he's drawn, but he's down on the rail, so should hopefully get into a nice spot and just get over the top of them late.
Race 1, number 8, Smooth Plane. Race 6, number 1, Zippy Tesla, and they did both arrive last week for Ethan. Ethan, thanks so much for joining us here on Great Greys. I'm sure we'll hear from you again here on TAB Radio when Brownie's having a break or when he hangs up the boots at some stage. But really appreciate your time. You've done a wonderful job, and we'll follow all of your work, of course, via Twitter at Ethan's GREYS.
Pleasure, Shorty. Thank you for having me.
This is GREYS on Tab Radio. Go, you good thing.
One man that's been finding us plenty of good things in recent times, Sean Matheson, now joins us to have a look at this Angle Park program along with Gawler Friday, Murray Bridge Sunday. Welcome to you, Sean. How are you today?
Yeah, hi, David. Yeah, great to be on the show again. Really looking forward to tonight's meeting in particular. A good 12-race program highlighted by the Lee Rogers final, which is race 6, $10,000 to the winner, and some really nice up-and-coming greyhounds have progressed to the final and hopefully progress on in their future.
Indeed. Let's get your best bets on the card. Where we're going to kick things off.
We will kick it off with our feature final tonight, David, and that's in race 6, and it's number 3, Unholy Rain for Robin McKellar. This is a wide-open race, and as mentioned, we had heats last week. Unholy Rain was a really good heat winner last week. Didn't necessarily run as quick as some of the other dogs who won, but she did have to work pretty hard, showing good speed, sit outside the leader, and was strong enough to the line down the home straight to get a really good win in 31 seconds. That was from box 8. She comes into box 3 tonight, and just in looking at the field, she just looks like she's going to lead. She can go 5.20 to the first post. None of these other dogs can really run that, and she's going to just get to the rails first. And I think she showed enough last week that she might be able to pinch a break. She's quoted around that $3.90, $4 mark. So I think that's a really good bet. She's going to be in front, and she's going to give a really bold sight.
All righty, race 6, number 3 at a nice price, $4.60, Unholy Rain. Second of your plays?
Second of the plays is in race 7, the next race, and it's number 1, Zoe Rose for Tony Lagana. And on paper, this really does look a two-dog race between Zoe Rose, who's on the second line of betting around the $2.70, and Where's Poppy, who's drawn out in 8, who's around that $1.75 mark. I just think Where's Poppy's probably going to lead the race. She's got enough speed. But Zoe Rose, she's got a vacant box on her outside, and really there is no speed around her. And while she's not blessed with a lot of speed, she should just be able to, come out nicely and just really punch up on the rails where she loves to run. She hopefully will just be, second or third in behind the speed. She's got a good record from this draw, and she is really strong on the way home. So I do expect Was Poppy to lead, but I think Zoe Rose turning for home will be pushing up the inside and hopefully getting the win.
Nice. Been well supported too with Tab Touch Zoe Rose today, $3.40 into $2.90. And your third play tonight there at Angle Park, Sean?
Third of the play comes up in race 10, and it's number 6, Razzle Darrell for Paul Reeman. This is a Masters event, David, and Razzle Darrell sort of has come into this pool of dogs. He's a dog that probably prefers an inside draw, but it's not as strong as the races he's run around in at Angle Park previously. I mean, 5 runs ago, he's against Adhana Rico and Zipping Digby. He's gone off to Murray Bridge and ran third, and then 2 really strong wins where he's come off speed and ran home nicely over the 4.55. I think he's going to get a nice run across here with both the 4, It's Smudgy, and 5, Spring Harbour, who do come out quite well. And I think he can just get a nice run across, hopefully land, again, probably in about a 1-1 position would be nice. And he can be strong enough on the way home. And I think he's quoted around that $4 mark. So that would be the third of our plays tonight.
Yeah, a couple of really nice prices tonight. Race 6, number 3, Unholy Rain, $4.60. Zoe Rose, as we said, $3.40 into $2.90. And Razzle Darrell at $4.60 as well. Gawler Friday, Murray Bridge Sunday. Anything there for us this weekend, Sean?
So 1 at each venue. So we'll go Gawler tomorrow. Race 10, number 4, Lauren's Regret. Lauren's Regret has been very consistent in her performance. She's over the 400 metres. She's for the Ben Rawlings team. She was actually reserved last start, got a run, came into box 1 and was quite heavily supported. She ran third, and it was a solid run. And I just think from box 4 tonight, in probably not as strong a race as she was in last week, she should be able to just race up up on speed, if not lead, and be a bit too good for them over the concluding stages. And then, David, we're off to Murray Bridge on Sunday night. And just to highlight, for any of the fans watching, race 1, Zipping Neutron, ventures to Murray Bridge for the first time over the 680. So I've got no doubt everyone will be looking at the time he might be able to produce there based on his wonderful performances at Gawler the last couple of weeks. But my best bet on the night there, David, is in race 6, number 5, Centerwick for Kieran Corby. She was virtually going to win last week at Murray Bridge. She found trouble down the front straight when it looked like she was going to race to the lead. She ended up copping interference. She's a dog that's run really well over 5:30 at Angle Park, where she shows excellent early speed. This race, I do think that she'll be able to lead this race, and I think once in front, she can avoid trouble and get the win.
Tremendous. Couple of plays for the weekend. Gawler Friday, 10 for Lawrence Reget, and Murray Bridge Sunday, race 6, number 5. They're very nicely bred, Centerwick. Outstanding catching up with you as always, Sean. Thanks for your time on this Thursday. Have a great weekend, mate. Look forward to our chat next Thursday.
All right, David. Look forward to it then as well. Thanks.
There we have it. Sean Matheson joining us. We're just 3 minutes away from the next race for broadcast here on TAB Radio. It is at Gosford, the RSL Maiden Handicap over the 1900 metres. Heaven Bound, our current favourite, Tyler Schiller to take the ride. It's at $2.40 in from $2.90. Unquestionably on the second line, $3.20 into $3.10. There's been good support for Ichiban, $10 into $6.50. Cathay Bracelet, $9.50 into $8. Wild Canary, a big drifter, $5 to $13. Similar Rapid Impact, $9 out to $15. Tell Me Ma, $26 out to $31. Muckabout, $18 out to $34. And the outsider of the field, Who's in Winnie, $101 into $91. But the market support for the big 3 in betting here, Heaven Bound, $2.90 to $2.40. Unquestionably, $3.20 into $3.10. And Ichiban 10 into $6.50. 2 minutes until they get underway there at Gosford. Let's welcome in Simon Orchard. As always, plenty going on in the world of chasing over there in New South Wales. Welcome to you, Simon.
G'day, Shorty. Yeah, all good over here in New South Wales, mate. We're heading towards the busy Cup heats tomorrow night, mate. Not only that, the final will be next Friday, and then we've got the Dapto Middle Distance Championship heats next Thursday. So some good chases going around at Dapto over the 600 tonight in preparation, I'm sure, for that series. But the Bidgie Cup, mate, rebranded. Used to be the Wagga Gold Cup. It's now the Bidgie, of course, after the Murrumbidgee River, and looking forward to some good heats down there. There's a couple of nice ones for the Peter Sims kennel running around. They're almost unbackable odds. I think Try Catch Up was about $1.30 in the first heat when I saw the prices a little bit earlier, but it looks like a really promising dog. It's gone 29.6 at Wagga, and I know Pete's got a big rap on it, but Rampani, I think, in the second heat might be a bit of a better price, Shorty. So there's just a quick lead in tomorrow night, race 4, number 7, Rampani. Probably the best bet out of the Wagga Bidgie Cup heats there tomorrow night. Of course, Stagger Out Ellie, an interesting runner as well, a little sister to Stagger Out Lee, who we haven't seen for a while now, and she'll go around in the third heat as well. But it's the Bidgie Cup focus this week and next week, Shorty. Can't wait to see what emerges tomorrow night down there on the track.
All the action there at Wagga. Dapto tonight, you mentioned that some nice dogs preparing for that middle distance series. I'll be cheering hard for my dog Tiger Jack tonight. Who do you like at Dapto?
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? I think last check there was only one dog at the double-figure price in Lady Stomp. I think the rest were about $3 to $8 maybe for Tiger Jack you mentioned. Look, Zipping Whiskey I don't necessarily think will win, but I'm interested to see where he is. He's had 4 months off the track, a couple of runs back at Wenty Park over the shorter trip, and I think, speaking to Mick Hardman, he's preparing the dog for the Newcastle Cup. So I don't necessarily think he can win tonight, but I'm interested with an eye towards the Newcastle Cup in the next couple of weeks. I think Lady Stomp is the fly in the ointment, Shorty. If it can get out in front and maybe block off Has Ability and Cumbria Kid, it certainly gives 2, 3 and 4 a big chance in the race. But I don't mind the wide draw. I think Cumbria Kid showed everyone what it could do in the $1 Million Chase series a couple of weeks ago, and I think from box 8 maybe it's the one to beat in that race tonight. You got any thoughts on your charge?
I'll be hoping. He's building back with a few runs back off a pretty long break, so fingers crossed he should just keep getting better with each run. They're just about ready to go here, race 2 over the 1900 at Gosford Punters. When we return, we'll get the remaining thoughts of Simon Orchard for the next couple of days in New South Wales chasing.
You're listening to Great Greys on Tab Radio.
Well, we're catching up with Simon Orchard to have a look at all things New South Wales greyhound racing. Simon, where are we going to have a bet over the next few nights?
listening right now. Shorty, Casino Race 9, number 4, Horology. Feel a little bit dirty tipping against Tumbling Dice. So, in fact, I think on the program a couple of times. But Horology, handy pup. I think a dog on the rise. Comes out of the Ipswich Derby final last start. Was a runner up there and just has the early pace. There's a vacant box in 3 and 6. So should get a bit of room to move. Race 9, number 4, Casino, the best there. Best at Gun at R. Race 7, number 1, Samuel Swan. So that's 7-1 Samuel Swan. Dapto tonight, I'm staying away from the middle distance race. Race 9, number 1, Good Odds Honey, the best there. A few scratchings this morning, so you're going to cop some deductions. Shorty, and the price has probably just dipped a little bit, but 9-1 at Dapto. Tomorrow, I mentioned Rampani, race 4, number 7, the best on the program at Wagga. And then Saturday night, just a couple, 2-2 Nengar Larry, who's probably going to be a little bit too short, but I haven't seen the prices as yet. And 9-1 Kangaroo Jack, I've been tipped by 2 or 3 different sources, Shorty. So maybe there's some good mail there. Race 9, number 1, Kangaroo Jack, Saturday night at Wenty Park.
Excellent. Let's hope you can hop to business. Kangaroo Jack, race 9, number 1 there, Wentworth Park on Saturday. Simon Orchard, you're a rock star. Great catching up with you this morning, as always. Enjoy the weekend of chasing. We'll catch you next week.
Love it, mate. Hooroo.
There we have it. Simon Orchard with us here this morning on a great GREYS. The Shane train not far away from joining us now to have a look at Northam tonight, Cannington Friday, Cannington Saturday, of course. All going well. Next Thursday night, chasing will return to Greyhounds WA Mandurah, and it is music to the ears of many in the industry and punters like myself that absolutely love betting down there at Mandurah. Another man that doesn't mind a flutter at the coastal circuit is the Shane Train Williams. He joins us on this Thursday morning. Hello, Train.
Good morning, Shorty. Good morning, listeners. Very good to be back on home deck, Shorty. It was a very big week last week, and the Cox Plate was an excellent race, wasn't it?
Certainly was, yeah. A real nail-biter, as it turned out, but the Hong Kong star prevailing over Mr. Brightside. We're on the blocks because we've only got about a minute till the next race for broadcast here on TAB Radio. We'll jump straight into your thoughts for tonight at Northam.
Yeah, going to get stuck in early, Shorty. Race 4, number 5, Roddy Ranger. Probably sound like a broken record, but just love the way this dog's going, Shorty. He's got that really good early ping. I think he can find himself on top of the speed and be hard to beat tonight. So race 4, number 5, Roddy Ranger. And then we'll go to another track specialist, Shorty, race 6, number 1, Moment in Bondi. Dog trained by Ben McLean. Just lights up the Northern circuit every Thursday night in these free-for-alls. And it's been crossing from wide draws, Shorty, and goes into the Cherry tonight. So haven't seen any prices, but they're the two I'll be having something on tonight, Shorty, at Northern.
4-5, Ronnie Ranger, 6-1, Moment in Bondi. Cannington on Friday night?
Yeah, Cannington Friday. Going to kick it off, Brad Cook, trained dogs, race 7, number 2, Sugar Keeping. I've been really like what I see with this dog, Shorty. Dropped it back over the 275 and, you know, as we say, broke the 16-second barrier a few times there. And then I thought its run last week, first go over the trip, was very good in a while.
Shane, I'll just hold you up. I'll just hold you up for a minute, mate. They're about to jump here at Gatton over the 860. We'll be straight back with you.
In the first stalls are back. They're off and running. Now Mischief was a little awkward to begin. Zimbara began the best with Dolly's a natural up to attack, and also now and Ben striding forward fast, protecting the inside advantage and hit the front. Followed by Yamin in a Wayne or prominent spot. It'll land fourth on settling down, and there followed by Mischief towards the inside. Jackie down the line, well back in the field. Also Nakwazi's Pride. It'll balance up back second to last, and Confirm Nor Deny is at the tail end of the field. So as they approach the home turn in the first of 8 here, it's now and Ben in front and skips out a length and a quarter clear. Over in second position there was Mischief, who pops into the clear, and it looms as a big threat. Dolly's a natural still there. Jackie down the line is next, and they're followed by Yamin right down the outside. Now and Ben led to the 100. Trying hard was Mischief the outside. Mischief's going home a little bit the better, and Mischief beats Dolly's a natural second now, and Ben third, Yamin fourth. Then came Nakwazi's Pride, and further back in the field to Jackie down the line, and then came Confirm Nor Deny back second to last, and Zimbara at the tail end of the field.
3724, 3 favourite Mischief, $220.04, $7 a natural, $262 now, and Ben, $4.10 ahead of 4 Yamin.
One away, Warrnambool, Sevillana, $2 on the tote, number 11, 180 with Tab Touch.
This is your home of the Greyhound Good Oil, Great GREYS.
Well, we're catching up with the Shane Train Williams Cannington Friday night. We're looking at the first of his bets there, race 7, number 2, Sugar Keeping, and then we go deeper into the card for the second of your special. Shane-o?
Yeah, Shorty, race 11, number 1, All Over Cone. I think it's a pretty even 3-for-all, and this dog sort of gets the box advantage over all its rivals. Dog's been racing well, got good speed, and the Dave Hobby juggernaut will probably continue there, Shorty. So 7-2 and 11-1 on Friday night.
And on to Cannington on Saturday. Of course, an early start with the Canning Show Cup both Friday and Saturday. Who do you like for Saturday night?
Yeah, going to be a very warm day, Shorty. I'm tipping the track's going to be on fire on Saturday. We might see some very fast times. 6 heats of the Youngstar Classics, some very nice young dogs in there. So I'm going to kick it off in one of them heats, race 5, number 1, Speedy Willow. Dog trained by the Credelli clan, dropped back to the 380 its last couple for some impressive wins, Shorty, and get that advantage of Weston Nuggeting too, who does like to use plenty of the track. So race 5, number 1, Speedy Willow. And then in the feature race of the night, Shorty, the 600-metre race, it's hard to go past King Tommy. It's a very hard race, very even race, but this dog's just airborne at the moment. He's got that killer instinct, and he's drawn down near the rails where he wants to be. I think he can follow the red and be too strong in the run home. So race 9, number 2 on top of race 5, number 1.
All right, they're moving in nicely here for race number 2 at Warrnambool Punters. Best from the kennel train?
Best from the kennel, Shorty. We're going to have something on race 7, number 1 tonight, Belmac Play. The form reads terrible, but have a look at the box draws. They've been absolutely disgusting as well. So she goes into the 1. She's a dog that runs second from the Oaks out of the 1 box, Shorty. So I think she'll find a leg tonight if she needs to, just quietly, and I think she'll be hard to beat. And then I think have something on the old boy Saturday night, Rip and Tomahawk for a place, maybe a 2x8 style play. He's got box 2 in the last race. It doesn't look any speed at all around him, Shorty, so I think he can find the arm. He's probably going to be $3 a play, so I think he's a really good place bet on Saturday night.